Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I want to talk about bipolar shame and how I've been trying to heal from it. The nature of my bipolar disorder is that it causes me to act in ways that are completely out of character. There are so many poor judgments, big mistakes, and bad behavior that I sincerely regret. I remember after my manic episode, I just felt this burning shame every time I would think about the things I had done. My body would burn red hot whenever these memories would resurface, and I would ruminate about them all the time. It took a long time, but 6 years after my manic episode, I'm finally able to say that the heavy, heavy shame has lifted, and I'm sometimes even able to laugh about what happened. So in this video, I want to talk about what has helped me heal from this shame. The first and most important step was to feel the shame completely. I couldn't run or avoid it. If I tried to push it away, the shame would just come back even stronger. So I had to learn to feel it completely. By this I mean I would just sit in the shame and let it wash over me. And this was so uncomfortable, and it made me feel so embarrassed whenever I would think about these memories. But over time, by allowing myself to feel these emotions again and again, eventually the severity of it decreased. Every single day, I would let myself sit in the shame. When the memories came up, I wouldn't run away from them. I wouldn't try to block them out. I would just let them resurface, let the shame wash over me in waves. And this really helped because after a while, the memories stopped stinging as much. The more I let these waves of shame wash over me, the less intense they got, until they were nothing more than a few ripples. But I had to endure the physical symptoms of shame, the sweaty hands, the hot face. These things all occurred as I sat in the shame and allowed it to wash over me. Eventually, the emotions faded, like all emotions fade, but it took a lot of time and a lot of sitting in the shame, not running from it, and just accepting it completely. Now I can look back on those situations that brought me so much shame, and I don't feel anything anymore. They're just memories, and they don't bring up that intense emotion of embarrassment. It's important to remember that all emotions, they come and they go. So when I was feeling this intense shame, the waves would come, but then they would also go away. And then there would be times when I was just walking around doing nothing, and the memories would hit me again, and I would feel the shame all over again. But then I just allowed myself to feel that shame, and it would pass. Instead of trying to avoid it and push it away, I would just allow it and accept it, and eventually it would go away. It would return again, but it would go away until finally it's been gone for good. The next important thing I did to heal was to practice self-compassion. There's a video here on YouTube called Self-Compassion is the Antidote to Shame. And I think it's a really important video to watch. I highly recommend it. And the title is entirely true. The antidote to shame is absolutely self-compassion. But what does it mean to practice self-compassion? For me, what this looked like was practicing loving kindness meditations. I would go on YouTube and find meditations that sent goodness and love towards myself, and I would do these regularly. I also practice affirmations, and the way the affirmations really work is if you say them out loud. So when these memories would come up, I would remind myself that I love you, it's okay, this will pass. And saying these things to myself out loud was really helpful in allowing me to sit with these feelings and allowing these emotions of shame to pass through me. After sitting with the shame and practicing loving kindness meditations and affirmations, it just took a really long time. It took lots and lots of time for myself to heal from the shame that I was feeling. And that's why I'm making this video, because I genuinely thought that the shame would never go away. I thought that I would be feeling this way, feeling the embarrassment forever. But with enough time, it will pass and it will get better. And that's because all emotions pass and they return and they pass again. And so there's no way that you will stay stuck in the shame forever. The important thing to remember is that there's no timeline or deadline for healing. I thought that I should have healed from my shame a lot faster than I did. I thought it would take 6 months, when in actuality it took 6 years. And so no matter how long it takes you, stick with it and you will eventually heal from your shame. There's no way for emotions to last forever. They always pass. The final thing that helped me heal from my shame was to focus on stability. I tried to put one foot in front of the other by focusing on doing what was best for my mental health. Obviously, episodes are not always entirely in our control, but trying to take care of myself in the best way that I could was another way of sending the message of self-care and self-compassion towards myself. The more I focused on stability, the further I was able to get away from the episodes that had brought me so much embarrassment and shame. Rather than beating myself up over and over again or ruminating over the things I had done, I focused on taking care of myself, on my wellness, and on preventing episodes. It gives me a sense of agency over my life to do things that keep me stable. And so I felt a lot better once I was able to have this control back over my life instead of just feeling like I was at the mercy of my bipolar disorder. I decided to truly focus on what was in my control instead of spiraling about the things that were out of my control. So these are the 4 things that I sort of stumbled upon on my journey to heal from bipolar shame. They were: allow the shame completely, sit with it, accept it, let it be there. Focus on self-compassion, being kind to yourself, practicing loving kindness meditations and affirmations. Allow it to take as much time as it needs to take. Don't try to rush your healing, just allow it to be. And finally, focus on stability. Focus on building the new instead of fighting the old. These are the things that helped me a lot, and I wanted to share them with you in case you are also struggling with shame or embarrassment around bipolar disorder and episodes. If you like this video, please let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.